Well, thank you so much for joining us on another edition of the Headlines. I'm Winnie Adisa. The row over the recommended pay structure for members of parliament by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission seems to deepen by the day. Now, a section of the Senate has dismissed threats by the leadership of the workers' umbrella body, COTU, to push for a referendum to disband the Salaries Commission. Senators Mungare Bokongo of Nyamira County and his Machakos counterpart, Johnson Mudhama, have told Atwoli to keep off parliamentary affairs and let the Parliamentary Service Commission deal with the MP's paybacks.
Sisemi waongezwe nasema usirudishe ama ikae pale ilikuwa in an existing salary structure. Mwingine akasema, nilisikia mwingine akiagi kwa television anasema, but this is a new parliament, this is a new contract. There is no new contract in an existence where there is existing structure of wages and employment.
Clearly, the intention is that Parliament, or members of Parliament, who include National Assembly and Senators as well, even though they are state officers, clearly were not supposed to be governed by the function of the SRC. And therefore, this is a matter that Parliament as a supreme law with the power and authority to make and make laws at the national level is seized of the matter and will be making appropriate decisions.
I don't think Parliament should live at the mercy of one person. Parliament is the law-making organ. It's the supreme. Even the president cannot dictate to Parliament. Even the court cannot dictate to Parliament. Who then is this commission created by Parliament?
It doesn't matter whose income is that. Hata kama ni Uhuru Kenyatta, who is our president, ukiinterfere nao will come in. Pana mtu kutoka kwa mashamba na kusema mshahara wakati urudishwe chini. Show it is fair. And we can go for a referendum. Wale wanaosema uongo mame kule. Wale wanaosema ukweli wasimame hapo. Yes! Yes!
The Kenya National Union of Teachers, NART, has issued a 14-day notice to the Teachers Service Commission to reinstate teachers' hardship allowances, failure of which drastic action will be taken. Secretary General Xavier Nyamu pointed out that in 1997, teachers negotiated a collective bargaining agreement with the government which included designating certain zones as hardship areas and paying the teachers there. He stated that TSC unilaterally decided to rescind some of these areas and has withdrawn the hardship allowances payable to teachers. He further indicated that TSC should implement the pending promotions with immediate effect after it suspended the process. Now, the constitutional deadline for the Treasury to present budget estimates for the next financial year to Parliament is here. Yet, there is no cabinet secretary in charge, pending the approval of the nominee for the docket. And the budget committee meant to receive the estimates is yet to be formed. So, is there a looming constitutional crisis over the budget process? The Speaker of the National Assembly, as well as the majority and minority leaders in the House, spoke to us on this issue.
I'm almost confident that before the end of the day today or early morning tomorrow, the estimates will be here in the House.
We find ourselves in this position, which is unprecedented. So both Parliament and the Executive have a duty and a role to get the country out of the quagmire.
Remember, in our constitutional order, executive authority of the Republic rests in the presidency, the deputy presidency, and the cabinet. So the Cabinet Secretary for Finance is part of that.
But they seem to be insinuating that they must chair the budget committee. We are saying no to that because we don't think a government can oversight.
Now, in the world of business, consumers are expected to spend less on electricity following plans to open a power station that will add over 21 megawatts to the national grid. The National Sangora Power Station, located in the western part of the country, which began commercial operations late last year, is set to boost power generation through hydropower generation following good weather patterns experienced for the better part of this year.
The western region didn't have very many generating plants, and that hence had an effect on the voltages that were reaching the customers. So Sondu itself and the incoming of Sangoro recently has helped with the system situation. Sondu itself is designed to give us 330 gigawatt hours in a year. That's annual energy. And then Sangoro has come in with an additional about 110, 120 gigawatt hours. So in total, then we are looking at a bigger output from here.
We still don't have enough, but it has assisted quite a lot in terms of voltage support, especially in Kisumu County and the western region.
Well, and that is what we had lined up for you in today's edition of the Headlines. Do have yourself a blessed time. I have been Winnie Adisa.